النار وما قرب إليها من قول أو عمل برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم فرج هم المهمومين ونفس كرب المكروبين وقض الدين عن المدينين واشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين وارحم موتانا وموتى المسلمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اغفر لجميع موتى المسلمين الذين شهدوا لك بالوحدانية ولنبيك بالرسالة وماتوا على ذلك. اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم وعافهم واعف عنهم وأكرم نزلهم ووسع مدخلهم واغسلهم بالماء والثلج والبرد ونقهم من الذنوب والخطايا كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. وصل اللهم وسلم وبارك على عبدك ورسولك محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.
I want you to imagine yourself standing in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on a day that is 50,000 years and the sun has broken its orbit and is very close to the people's heads. On this day you will find people are fearful and perplexed, drowning in their own sweat and trying to get away. On this day you will find a category of people that will be completely at ease and will be confident because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will have shown them their book of deeds. And in these books, they will find great acts and deeds which they had never seen nor done before in the life of this world. Brothers and sisters, how do we ensure that we become people from amongst this category? I have a golden opportunity for us at the Northside Islam.
Alrighty. All right. Assalamu alaikum and welcome everyone. Thank you for coming. We have a new topic for this week. And since I'm off, we're gonna start doing more live streams, more topics, more interesting topics. This should be a really good topic. Today we're going over who is Jesus? Who is Isa? Who is Yeshua? Who is Yahushua? All right. Who is he? How is he significant to us? Is he a man? Is he the son of God? Is he God? Who is he? This should be interesting. So we're going to go ahead and get into the lecture. Let me share my screen. All right, let's do it. Who is Jesus, the Messiah, aka Isa, Yeshua, the son of Mary. All right. So in this lecture, I'm using all the revealed scriptures, and I'm going to explain to you who the son of Mary is, how he's significant to us. Now, I'm not really going to get into the second coming because when I put this together, man, I could have went 100 slides. It was just, I had to delete. I mean, it was crazy. I could have went on and on and on and on. I could go on for 5 hours about Isa. All right. Son of Mary. So we'll do another one about the second coming. I mean, we can have a part 2 to this. There's so much information. All right. Agenda. Who is Isa? We're going to talk about the judgments. Because to know about Isa, you got to know about the judgment. You got to know a lot. To know about Isa, you got to know about death, resurrection. We're going to talk about his birth. We're going to talk about the blood of the lamb, because I know a lot of Muslims, when they read the book of Revelation, they see, oh, blood of the lamb. And they think, what's going on here? Was he crucified? Why is it saying blood of the lamb? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about salvation through Isa. We're going to talk about salvation. All right. Who is Isa? How does Allah or God Almighty, how does he view Isa? Verily, the likeness of Jesus before Allah is the likeness of Adam. He created him from dust. Then he said to him, be, and he was. So when Allah looks at Isa, he thinks of Adam. Isa is on the same level as Adam was. Not above, not below. All right. So we're going to look at some of these comparisons to Isa and Adam. Okay. And mention when we said to the angels, prostrate before Adam. So they prostrated except Iblis. So here we have a situation where the angels are prostrating. They're bowing to Adam. Bowing to Adam. Go to Revelation chapter 5:8. And the 4 living creatures and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb. Each one had harps, and they were holding golden bowls full of incense. Here's a situation where they're bowing to the Lamb, which is Isa. So in both situations, they're bowing. Adam and Isa are similar because the angels bow to them. Now, is bowing worship? No. Bowing is blessing. That's how you bless somebody, by bowing. In the scriptures, it's plenty of times where you bow to kings. It's plenty of times where angels will come and you will bow to the angel. It is a sign of blessing a person. All right. Now, in the Torah, the second commandment tells you not to bow down. Do not make any graven images of likenesses of anything in heaven or in earth or any idols and bow down to them. The reason why you don't bow down to them, if you read the second commandment closely, those objects are lifeless. You don't bow down to lifeless objects. All right. And you don't bow down and say that that person is God or equal to God. All right. So this is a graduation. Adam is not God. Adam was created to be a ruler in the earth. So this is his graduation. They're bowing out of respect, and they're bowing because Allah told them to bow. Okay. Same thing with the Lamb. This is his graduation. All right. They're not saying the Lamb is God. Nowhere in the book of Revelations they bowed and said the Lamb was God. They say he was worthy to open the scroll. So they're giving him respect based off his qualifications of what he did. This is not worship. Prostration. Okay. He's like Adam. Okay? Iblis, behold, we said to the angels, bow down to Adam. They bow down except Iblis. Iblis had a problem. Iblis said that he was better because he was created from fire and Adam was created from clay. Same thing happened to Esau. And when the sons of Mary was presented as an example, immediately your people laughed aloud. See, the children of Israel did the same thing that Iblis did to Adam. They did it to Esau. And they said, are your gods better or is he? So the children of Israel, when Esau was presented as an example, he was doing all this charity. He was a beautiful example. When he was set up as an example, the people laughed. And their gods are jinns. They're made from smokeless fire. So there's another similitude. So some of the children of Israel, the ones that don't accept their messengers, didn't accept Esau, but they will at the end. they're in a state of Iblis, cursed. The children of Israel were cursed just like Iblis. Not all the children of Israel now. All right? That's another similitude. Let's talk about judgments. Talk about judgments. There's a struggle going on. Not with the Creator, but there's a struggle going on with judgments. Okay? You have the great persecutor, Satan, Mastema, and he stands on the side and he accuses the children of Israel. He accuses mankind. He is the prosecutor. It's just like a court case. All right? And in this court case, the Creator is the judge, and the Creator is just. If the devil is right, he gets the judgment. All right? So it's similar to the night of decree. The night of decree is better than 1,000 months. The angels and the spirit ascend therein by permission of their Lord for every manner. So there's judgments, there's court cases that go on to see who's going to receive the next kingdom. All right? Like before Rome came about, there's judgment. Before the Greeks had their kingdom. So we, as the children of Israel, have been losing heavenly court cases for a long. We've been losing. Satan's been winning these court cases because all Satan has to say is they're not keeping the laws. They're killing all the prophets. All the prophets are killed. They murdered every one of them. Not every one of them, but they murdered everybody you sent, Lord. They killed them. So the angels that's on your side is trying to plead your case. You're not giving them nothing to work with. And Satan is winning. He got Rome, that's a kingdom. He got Greece, a kingdom. All these kingdoms came about because they were decreed and Satan won the judgment, won the court case. Because the children of Israel, you didn't give them nothing to work with. Examples, 400 years, that was the decree, that was the judgment. In the book of Judges, we went into slavery for 8 years. Then we went into slavery for 4 years. The Most High put 80 shepherds against the children of Israel to lead them astray because they lost the judgment. The four horsemen in the book of Revelations, the pale horse, that's the whites received 2/3 of the earth because we lost the judgment. These judgments are based on you keeping the covenant. If we don't keep the covenant, the Satan is going to go up there to the Creator and you're going to say, hey, they didn't do this, they didn't do that, they didn't do this. He's going to accuse. And then the Most High will be like, hey, you're right. Another 200 years of Rome. Have fun with that. But the Most High is the best of planners. And there was a plot, there was a plan that the Most High had from the beginning of time. And if you look at Daniel 7:22, until the Ancient of Days came, and the judgment was given for the saints of the Most High, and the time came when the saints possessed the kingdom. All right. So if he would have left it up to us, and he just would have left it up to us, our free will, we would. I think we would never get the judgment. I think we would have never got the judgment, but we got the judgment. But we're gonna get the judgment. Now, this is gonna all tie into who Isa is. Isa was the son of Elohim. He was one of the Elohims, one of the little ones. Okay, one of the little ones, not Gabriel, not no archangel, but he was one of the little ones. Okay, there are beings in heaven that are humanoid that we can procreate with. Human beings can actually procreate. Let me give you an example. They will be reclining on thrones lined up, and we will marry them to fair women with large eyes. These beings right here, they're not jinns. They're not archangels. They don't have wings. They're humanoid, heavenly beings. We can marry them. Isa was one of them. And there go round waiting on them men servants of their own as they were hidden pearls. Lulu. I could go deep with this Lulu, but I'm gonna slow down. I can go deep with the large eyes too, but I'm gonna slow down. I tell you, if you look at, yeah, I'm not gonna go there. I don't want to go there. Explaining what Lulu is. It's deeper than pearl. All right. So there's a creation that are humanoid that can procreate with us. That they're gonna, when we make it to Jenna, we're gonna marry them. Now, it didn't say anywhere about 700 virgins. It didn't say anything. It said marry fair women. It didn't say how many. Now, let's talk about the blood of the Lamb. This is the dilemma. This is what happened. Satan is winning the judgments. We got to try to find a way to override your free will, true to Israel, because you never make the right decisions. Okay, so we got to override your free will in some type of way. So they took one of the Elohims, they took one of the little ones, all right, and they put him to death. They downgraded him and took away his angelness. They assigned him as a messenger to the children of Israel. All right. Then I saw a lamb looking as if it had been slain, standing at the center of the throne, encircled by 4 living creatures and elders. The lamb had 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God sent out into all the earth. These 7 spirits that the lamb was given before he comes back into this world, he's given 7 archangels to protect him as guardian angels, and he's given 7 eyes, with he's given 7 spirits. Some people, these spirits are the spirit of wisdom, understanding, spirit of knowledge, spirit of might, spirit of Lord, spirit of courage. It's 7 spirits that humans have. Some people might have 2. Some people might have 3. Some people might not have a spirit of understanding at all. They're just buttholes. They don't have the spirit of understanding. Some people don't have the spirit of courage. They're cowards. Some people have the spirit of courage. They can go, they're very courageous. But he's given these spirits. So this the lamb slain, what does that mean? Was he crucified? No. This happened from the foundation of the world. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him. This is talking about the creator. No. This is talking about the beast, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. This happened, this slaying didn't happen before the foundation of the world. When the Creator was creating the world, that's the Lamb existed. Isa was he said, before Abraham, I am. He was telling them, I existed before Abraham. I was one of the Elohims before Abraham. That's when they did it. That's when they did it. From the foundation of the world. This is not the cross. This is not dying on no crucifixion, dying on the cross. This happened before the cross. When they downgraded him. So they can put him into the cycle of life. He did not die on the cross. He died in heaven when they took away his angelic nature and put him in the cycle of life. Now, he's in the cycle of life. He can return. He is one of them. But he's Son of Man. But he's one of them. Now, because he gave up his angelicness, he can make a deal. A deal can be made. That's why it talks about the blood of the Lamb. And also, they have someone that they can trust to get those offerings right. That's Messiah. If you look at Messiah, the Levites were Messiahs. The Levites were called anointed ones because they were anointed to do the sacrifices. To fulfill the covenant, which will get us the judgments. So they're like, okay, we're just gonna send our own. We're gonna take one of the Elohims. We're gonna put him to death. We're gonna take his soul out. We're gonna send one of our own guys to get the job done. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength. That word could be power as well. Power, decree, and the kingdom of our God and the power of his Messiah. For the accuser of our brother is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. So we got this demon. he's a really good lawyer, okay? And he's up there whispering, right there whispering into the Most High's ear. They did this, they did that. Man, they're killing each other. He comes down and he whispers into your ear, tells you to do stuff. Then he go up there telling you, hey man, you sent Jeremiah, they put him in the chicken coop. You sent Muhammad and they ain't even listen to Muhammad either. But since and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb. So that slaying that happened before the foundation of the earth, that gave Isa rank. Now, Isa is like, okay, now Isa can override, well, the Most High. Because the Most High is just. The Most High is just. If the shaitan is right, then he's going to get the judgment. Now, we can seal 144,000. We can override your free will and get you the judgment, get you the kingdom, get the shaitan up out of there. Now you see the 144,000 are sealed. That when you put a seal on somebody's frontal lobe, that is, the frontal lobe is your free will. You put a seal on their frontal lobe. Look, study the brain. You're literally brainwashing them when they're robots. So when Isa returns, he's going to have people that's going to be straight robotic. They're going to believe in him. They're going to love him. They ain't even going to know why they're doing it. They're sealed. They're brainwashed, sealed. So he can get the sacrifices done so you can get the judgment. Isa is not God. It ain't have nothing to do with God. It's about getting that judgment. It was a beautiful plan. Now let's look at the Quran. Who is Isa? We're going to look at his birth. O people of the book, commit no excesses in your religion, nor say of Allah aught but the truth. Christ Jesus, the son of Mary, he was a messenger of Allah. And his word which he bestowed upon Mary, remember that, and a spirit proceeding from him. So Isa is a spirit that came from where? Came from the heavenly realm. He is a spirit that came from the heavenly realm. His spirit came from the throne. Okay? Now remember what it says, his word which he bestowed upon Mary. We're going to talk about that. Because we're going to look at his birth. Let's see what happened in his birth. And Mary, the daughter of Imran, whose body was chaste. Her body was chaste. Okay? Therefore, we breathe therein something of our spirit. And she put faith in the words of her Lord and his scriptures and was of the obedient. So her body was chaste and they breathe therein. What is therein? Therein is her body. So they breathe a spirit into her uterus, and it went into her stomach. They incarnated something into her stomach. All right. And that spirit that they blew into her vagina, that was Isa. That was Isa. That's what they said. Her body was chaste. They breathed into her body. They breathed into her. It literally, a breath, a wind incarnated into her, and it went into her stomach. And she had to believe. She had to have faith in the words of the Lord. She had to have faith. She could have believed that, dang, somebody came when I was sleeping and raped me. She could have believed that, but she had to believe that that's what happened. And it did happen. And had chosen seclusion from them. Talk about Mary. Then we sent unto her our spirit. So the angels sent their spirit. And it assumed for her the likeness of a perfect. So this spirit materialized and turned into a man. Right? And this spirit, they blew into her and it went into her stomach, and now she's pregnant. Now, remember what it says, the word that we bestowed upon Mary. The word means speech. Because now Mary is going to hear, she's going to hear the word. She's going to hear the words. She's going to hear the speech of heaven, the words. She's going to hear a word. And Isa is that word that she heard, that they put on her, they bestowed upon her, and she was hearing it, telling her what to do. That word that they sent to her, telling her what to do, that was Isa. The labor pains came upon her by the trunk of a palm tree. She said, I wish I had died before this and been completely forgotten. Whereupon he called her from beneath her. Her stomach is talking to her. Whatever's inside her stomach is talking to her. Remember that man that came to her? He was a spirit. Now he's in her stomach and he's talking to her. That word that was bestowed upon her, that speech that she's hearing, that's Isa. Do not worry, your Lord has placed a stream beneath you. Her stomach is talking to her. And shake the trunk of the palm tree towards you, and it will drop ripe dates by you. So eat and drink. And he consoled. And if you see any human say, I have vowed a fast to the most gracious, so I will not speak to any human today. So she's hearing a word, she's hearing a voice, she's hearing speech beneath her in her stomach telling her what to do. And this speech, when the baby is born, this word is going to talk again in the cradle. No babies talk in the cradle. Babies don't talk. Babies don't talk. Then she came to her people carrying him. They said, Oh, Mary, you have done something terrible. Oh, sister of Aaron, your father was not an evil man and your mother was not a whore. So she pointed to him. They said, How can we speak to an infant in the crib? This infant is going to talk. This infant is going to say, testing 1, 2. He said, I am the servant of God. He has given me the scriptures and made me a prophet. So her baby in her stomach is telling her what to do. And now the baby is in the crib talking. Because that baby is an incarnation. That spirit that came to her went into her stomach. That baby was an infant, but was talking like a grown man. Because that baby was a grown man. That baby was a ruach. And that was the word that they bestowed. That was the speech that they bestowed upon her, telling her what to do. And that was Isa. When Isa saw that man, Isa saw her son. When that man came to Mary, that was Isa. She saw her son, her grown son. And her son went into her stomach. And has made me blessed wherever I may be, and has enjoined on me prayer and charity so long as I live. That's the same person. That's the same person that told her about the palm tree. That's the same person that told her to keep a fast. This is a long. Babies don't have these. They don't speak these long sentences. And kind to my mother, and he did not make me a disobedient rebel. So peace is upon me the day I was born, and the day I die, and the day I get resurrected alive. This is an infant talking. No, that spirit that came to her incarnated into her womb. Just like people can be possessed with demons, people can be possessed with holy angels, angelic beings. You call them people messengers and prophets. People that are possessed with good spirits. Now, you can't talk about Isa until you talk about death. You got to know what death is. Now we're finna get into the resurrection. Where do we go when we die? Okay? The sea gave up its dead, and death and Hades gave up their dead, and each one was judged according to his deeds. So death is a place. It's a place, becoming a ghost. Hades, hell, is a place. And the sea seems like it's a place. It has some dead people. All right? So when Isa talks about Well, we're going to come back to this. We'll come back. So how is Jesus' death different when he dies? How is it different from the other prophets? What happens when the other prophets die? Where do they go? And the Lord said unto Moses, behold, thou shalt sleep with thy fathers. David sleep with his father. And Solomon sleep with his father. And he was buried in the city of David. So when David died, he went to sleep. When Moses died, he went to sleep. Solomon, he went to sleep. Also Abraham, he went to sleep. But when Isa, when he died, it says, oh Jesus, indeed I will take you and raise you to myself and purify you from those who disbelieve and make those who follow you superior to those who disbelieve until the day of resurrection. So Isa didn't fall asleep. Isa was taken and raised, and he was purified. So some of the other prophets, they're sleeping with their fathers. But Isa was taken and raised. That is what he was talking about when he says he is the firstborn of the dead. He is the resurrection. He does not become a ghost. He does not go to the place called death. He does not go to the place called hell. He does not go to the sea. If you want to know more about that, go to the book of Enoch. It's the valley. It's a valley of death. It's like a valley. I didn't want to get into that. We would have had 100 slides. Go to the book of Enoch. It talks about the valley of death and where all the dead people go when they, not all the people, but where the dead souls go. Isa bypassed all of that. And he is raised. He goes back and he is resurrected. He is purified. He goes back to where he came from. So when he was telling his followers, you will not taste death. If you follow me, you will not taste death. He meant you will not become a ghost. You will not go to Hades. You will not go to the nether, what they call it, the nether world. You will not go to that valley of death. You will not roam the earth. You will not taste death. He wasn't talking about physical death. He was talking about becoming a ghost. When Isa dies, he's taken by Allah. He's raised and he's purified. Okay? So now when we go back and we read this, he is the faithful witness to these things, the first to rise from the dead, and the ruler of all the kings of the world. Adam was the ruler. He was created to be the ruler of the earth. When Isa dies, he is raised. They take him, Allah takes him and resurrects him and purifies him. And this happens again and again and again. And as for those who disbelieve, I will punish them with a severe punishment in this world and the hereafter, and they will have no helpers. So when Isa returns, well, we'll get into that. Now let's look at this. Some souls come back if they die prematurely. It is Allah that takes the souls at death, and those that die not during their sleep, those on whom he has passed the decree of death, he keeps back. But the rest he sends for a term appointed. Verily, and this are signs for those who reflect. So let's break this down. If that means you can die before your time. Those on whom he has passed the decree of death, he keeps back. So if you die and it's your time and Allah, he give you, say, I'm going to give you 120 years to live, and you die at age 120 when you're supposed to die, based off a decree of death, he keep you back. But if you die, somebody shoots you in your head, and Allah did not decree that, then he sends you back. So there are deaths that happen that Allah did not decree to happen. Those on whom he has passed the decree of death, he keeps back, but the rest he sends for a term appointed. That's reincarnation. So if something happened and Allah say, okay, your term appointed is 100 years, and you get into some mess and get shot in the head at age 40, playing around, getting shot in the head, being somewhere you're not supposed to be, Allah will send you back he should send you back to another body. But if you die like you're supposed to die, you live a long time, and it's decreed that you're supposed to die when you're 120, and you die regularly, then Allah will keep those souls. Keep you. He won't send you back. If you die when you're supposed to die. So when people say, why did Allah allow the little baby to get shot? Why did Allah allow this and he allowed that? Some deaths are not decreed. Some of y'all doing what y'all want to do. Now, I know the Christians are like, okay, you see there? You're supposed to worship Jesus. You see, you're supposed to worship Jesus. That's what you're supposed to do. No. To be counted, to get that extra credit, to be written in the Lamb's book of life, he has to be here to be counted in the Lamb's book of life. Okay? So when a messenger comes, let's use Noah. Everybody that helped Noah, if you helped build that boat, if you defended Noah, if you taught for Noah, if you supported Noah, you'll be written in Noah's book of life. You'll be written as one of Noah's followers. And that's a good position to be in. You get a messenger's reward. Everybody on the planet has a book, the Quran says, a book of deeds. And your deeds are written in a book. And the Lamb, when he returns, he has a book. And everybody that helped him will be written in his book. Everybody that fought for him, everybody that gave, everybody that helped the cause will be written in his book when he's here. And there shall in no wise enter into anything defiled, neither worketh abomination or a lie, but they which are written in the Lamb's book of life. The Lamb has a book of life because everybody has a book of life. But his book of life, you're going to get credit for helping him. And those that are written in the Lamb's book of life, they will not taste of the second death. Didn't mean to do that. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So let's say Muhammad, peace be upon him. When Muhammad was here, all his followers that helped him, that aided him, they're written in his book. They're written in Muhammad's book as they were followers of him. Now, this is gonna hit you hard right here. This is gonna hit you hard. Muhammad ain't here. Muhammad is not here. Will we be written in Muhammad's book as his followers? But Muhammad is not here. But the angel Gabriel, the Quran, is the word of Gabriel, when Gabriel is a messenger. And Gabriel is always here through the Quran. So when you follow the Quran, you're following Gabriel. Because Gabriel is teaching. It says, I will send you I saw an angel flying in the midst of heaven, teaching an everlasting gospel. That's Gabriel. If you read the Quran will teach you. All you have to do is read it, and it's Gabriel is talking to you. He is teaching. He is in this. There's a spirit on the Quran, and when you keep the Quran, you're following the messenger Gabriel. He's always with you. He's always here. He's in that book. The spirit of Gabriel, the spirit of truth, is on that book. But Muhammad is not here. So following the Quran, you're following the messenger Gabriel. All right. Now we believe in all the messengers, but you're actually following the messenger Gabriel. All right. Even the Torah, parts of it, angels wrote parts of it, but that's a whole nother story. All right. So let's keep going. I'm almost done. I'm going to show you an example. I'm coming back to that. I'm going to come back to that one. Now, later we will get into the second coming of Isa. But let's look at Isa's followers when he came. Let's go to Quran 352. When Jesus sensed disbelief on their part, he said, who are my allies towards God? The disciple says, we are God's allies. We have believed in God and bear witness that we submit. Isa is there. He's bearing, our Lord, we have believed in what you have revealed, and we have followed the messenger. So count us among the witnesses. So when Isa was there, his disciples was like, write us in the book. Count us as witnesses. Witness this day that we believe, we follow Isa. We're helping him. So they will be written in his book. They get extra credit. They're good. Now when he leaves, it's over. And there is none of the people of the book but must believe in him before his death. When he dies, that's it. All these Christians, they're worshiping Jesus. Jesus is not here. And on the day of judgment, he will be a witness against them. See, he will be a faithful witness. He's not going to be the judge. They're going to put Allah as the judge. They're going to put him on the witness stand and ask him some questions. Now, these are the people that believe that they're going to use Jesus to get into heaven when he's not here. All the kings, the priests, the exalted, and those who rule over all the earth shall fall down on their faces before him and shall worship him. They shall fix their hopes on this Son of Man, shall pray to him and petition him for mercy. So they're praying to Jesus. So the people that's praying to Jesus, putting their hopes in Jesus, putting their hopes in Isa, worshiping him, he's not here. Then this is what's going to happen to them. Then shall the Lord of spirits hasten to expel them from his presence. Their faces shall be full of confusion, and their faces shall darkness cover them. So the ones, the kings and the priests and all of them on the earth, all these people that's worshiping Jesus, thinking they're going to be in the Lamb's book of life, worshiping him, but killing everybody else, worshiping him. He's not even here. They're going to say, what did the book of Matthew say? Didn't we heal in your name? Isa going to be like, I never knew you. You're not one of my, I don't know who you are. I never knew you. You can't follow somebody that's not here. And he's right. He don't know who you are. He can't hear your prayers. He can't hear your petitions. So when Isa comes, the people of the book, y'all better believe in him before he die. If you want to be written in that Lamb's book of life. When I say believe in him, I mean help him in his mission. Be counted among the witnesses, like the disciples, the good disciples, not the bad ones. All right, so let's recap. And then let's recap. Isa, he helped with the judgment. We talked about death. We talked about the resurrection. We talked about Isa being different. When he died, he's not asleep. He's raised up. He's not asleep. He did not fall asleep like the other prophets. We talked about his birth. How the Ruach, the spirit, went into Mary. We talked about the blood of the Lamb. We talked about the salvation through Isa. He has to be here for you to gain that salvation. To be counted as following a messenger and helping a messenger. So who was Isa? Isa was a messenger. He was that word that they bestowed upon Mary, the speech that she heard in her stomach. That was Isa. All that, the speech, when she was told, that was Isa. All right. Next time, well, whenever I really want to get into the second coming. Oh, I want to get into the second coming, but not today. All right, let's see where we at. Let's see where we at. All right. Ooh, almost did an hour. That's beautiful. All right. Let's see. Let's look. Anybody got any questions? I couldn't see what you was writing. So let me see what we got. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. Wa alaikum salam. Peace to the family. Good morning. Deep. Winning. For in the resurrection, they neither marry nor are given into marriage, but are the angels of God in heaven. That's hadith. We could pass that off as hadith. You know what I'm saying? We really could do that. Like, if we don't like it, we can say hadith. All right. So, or it's also a term used to refer to white grapes. Okay. Yeah, hareen. Yeah. Okay. This is what I've got. Read the Quran. A lot of things in that book are quite interesting. You know, the falsehood really good. Peace. They said the Aramaic is the Quran. That's the problematic. I don't know. The Quran is Arabic, no doubt. So many mistranslations. Wow. This list is about. Thank you so much. Thank you. Anybody want to come in? Let's do a little talking, and then I'll let you go. But I want to make something clear. Isa is not God. He's not the creator. He's not equal to the creator. He's not even equal to Gabriel and Michael and the archangels. He's the little one. All right. They could put him on there. Hold on. There we go, right there. They could put him on their hand, okay? All right, I'm gonna do it. Hold on. Invite. And then we could talk about the second coming. I can't wait to talk about the second coming. That's going to be beautiful. All right, anybody want to come in? Come on in. We got 10 people watching. That's good. Anybody want to come in? All right, come on in, brother. Anybody want to come in? We could talk about it. I mean, I could have made like freaking 100 slides, man. I had to cut out a lot of stuff because I didn't want to go for 3 hours. But it's a lot more information. What's up? Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
What's going on with you, man?
I'm chilling, Aki.
Talk to me.
Good lesson. Deep.
All right.
You know what I mean? Very deep. So this, I guess, one question or kind of comment, just about. I know you touched on it, and I guess can you elaborate a little bit more? I guess just the concept that, you know, it says that Isa was a messenger to the children of Israel.
Oh,
you know,
yes.
Why that close connection, that bond? And like I said, I know you touched on it a little bit, but I guess just elaborate a little bit more on that.
Right. Yes, I'm sorry. I should have. That's something that I should have put in there. You know, he was if you go read in the book of Matthew where it says that Isa, he said, I'm only sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel only. And then in the Quran, it says that he was assigned as a messenger to the children of Israel. So he is the messenger of the children of Israel. Most of us rejected him. When he returned, he will be a messenger to the children of Israel. He is one of the ones that is closest to Allah. All right. He is not the closest, but it's a lot of beings that's around Allah, right? But he is one of the ones closest to Allah, and therefore, children of Israel, if we keep the covenant, we are qualified to be, you know, one of the ones, you know, in the kingdom, close to Allah too. So it fits to have him as an example, because he's like one of the Elohims that was downgraded to actually come into to like be a human. They had to downgrade him. Go ahead.
No, that's the only comment I had. But like I said, good, definitely a good topic. I mean, this one that's like gonna keep on, you know, coming up. So it's good that
No,
this
I
one
want to go down.
that Jesus thing is, man. I told you I might. Well, I don't know. I sent it to my mom. I don't want to cause no problems.
Oh, yeah, like when
Somebody got the window.
yeah. I mean, a lot of students don't know this. So it's like very special. Very special. When he dies, Allah raises him. He doesn't go to sleep. He's raised back up and he's purified. It doesn't mean a different position. He's like Adam.
I think brother, no more Uncle Tom Sunnis. His mic ain't muted. You got the wind blowing.
I know. Talk to me, man. Talk to me. No more Uncle Tom Sunnis. Wow. I know the Sunnis been coming after you, huh?
Assalamu alaikum. Can y'all hear me?
Walaikum salam. The Sunnis been coming after you, right?
Yeah, I just have been having a hard time. You know, I'm on these different forums and groups, and my last battle was about Thanksgiving. I mean, these Muslims are sitting up here celebrating Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, talking about, oh, it's okay, and making haram, halal. I mean, and what I'm getting at is, but anyway, that's a sideshow. I'm talking about.
Listen, get it off your chest. Get it off your chest, man.
I'm talking about that we are that, you know, that we are the children of Israel, and I get more pushback from the so-called Al Sunnah wal Jama'ah, the Saudi, the Salafiyun, the Hadithiyun, the people of Tawheed. I get more pushback from them that I'm getting from other Hebrews and Christians. It's becoming, I mean, they're fighting it hard. They're like, we all the same, brother. There's no covenant. They tell me that the 2 and 47 in the Quran has been abrogated. That has been told to me. They say that Surah 5 has been, where it talks about the covenant has been abrogated. So now all the scriptures that talk about bestowing favor upon a particular nations, all now they're outdated scriptures. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like church. That sounds like what Christians do to the Torah. Oh, that's old, brother. It's
what they do.
We got updated hadiths and we got these other chapters. Mind you, I didn't bust a butt. The chapters in the Quran were not revealed in order that the book is ordered. I didn't even bust them on that. But I'm getting so much resistance from that side of the house that it's really starting to bother me, because I come out of that. And it's just, I'm wondering why. We all don't have to disagree on everything, but I'm wondering why that is such an issue. And that's why I call it the Uncle Tom Ummah. I actually got it from Umar Johnson. Umar Johnson did a lecture, and he said, you know, he's having a problem with all these Sunnis, these black Sunnis that are caping and buck dancing and tap dancing and foot shuffling and tomming and scratching for the overseas person. And it's just problematic. It's disturbing to me, because I asked the question on the forum, could you be pro-black and Muslim? And 50% said no. So I know we talk about the Christian brothers and sisters are locked up in Esau, alayhi salam. Once you allay their fears that we reject Esau, that we just don't like him, that we don't. Once you reject that, they're open to us being B'nai Israel. They're open to it. They don't really have a problem. They're just concerned about that aspect. The other Hebrews don't understand the relationship of the Quran and the lineages of the divine line. They don't understand it. But the Sunnis, I mean, they pushing back hard. I know two are watching. I know two are watching right now. I know they're not gonna jump in, but they know what I'm talking about, because this morning we had a big battle. We had a battle this morning about and what I'm seeing that these Japheth Muslims, I call them Japheth Muslims, are coming into the, you know, brother, back in the day, the Muslims, the black Muslims, the African American Muslims was cold. They was out in the streets. They were leading the community. Now they like, oh, you know, well, we can't offend. We can't offend a man, John. We can't offend them. They brothers too. I said my piece, brother. Y'all go ahead. I'll listen. I'm gonna mute this mic so you won't get this win.
I enjoyed that, man. But I want to say something. What did it say in the Quran? They'll be replaced, right? Allah will raise up. You probably know the verse, Kareem. You know, raise up ones that are gonna do right. You know, they just get replaced, and it's all about guidance. Maybe they're just not guided. They're not guided to the right path. What do you think, Kareem? You think they one day come along?
One of the things from being a member, you know, not of the Salafis, but you know, I live in Philly, so I live around, you know, all a whole bunch of Salafi people, and pretty much it's just inferiority complex, the inferior thing that's in there. You know what I mean? It's something around here. They got their masjids named after these overseas sheikhs. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much, you know, certain conversations I've had with them, they even reject even trying to read the Quran for themselves they defer to what the overseas sheikh says. They won't even read a specific verse. So yeah, that's definitely just inferiority, the inferiority complex on display. And they just completely replace their identity with the overseas Arab identity. So that is what it is with them. They kind of like, in some ways, a lost cause. Some of them might wake up, some of them might not. So
That's deep, brother. You said the masjids are named after some like Sheikh bin Baz masjid or something like that?
Yep.
That's crazy, brother. That don't make no sense.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
So
we just been.
I guess I'll throw this question out there too, based on the lesson. And so because we all, for the most part, come from this background where most of our families is Christian. How would you suggest? I mean, I know for me, I gave up a long time ago, even having these conversations about Jesus. I just, just let it be what it is. I'm wondering though, because the connection of Jesus to our people and how much they claim to love him, do you suggest an approach or reopening the dialogue to the true nature about Jesus, or do you just think we should just leave it alone?
I mean, in this day and time, well, yeah, I mean, we gotta open it up. In this day and time, that's what it's gonna be about. Yeah. That's what it's gonna be about in this day and time. But that's making me go into the next lesson. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna slow down a little bit. I'm gonna slow down. But yeah, I think that we need to open up the dialogue with our Christian. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, and you're gonna have to mute because I can hear.
You gotta cut the YouTube off. That's all you had to do.
Cut the YouTube off, Malik.
Yeah.
I think we need to open up the discussion with the Christians, the ones that are listening, but a lot of them, hard-headed, and explain to them that we're not supposed to worship Isa. He's blessed in this world and in the hereafter. He is high ranking, but he just got to be put in his proper place, and that's a very good place. He has a lot of rank,
like even those verses about him speaking in the cradle, I always interpreted that as meaning that he had wisdom when he was young. I never read those verses literally, but then how you show deeper into it, and when she's saying no, he gonna speak, like, what I mean? Like, oh damn, no, that's not literal. Yeah, like
it was a grown man talking. I mean, grown ass man talking.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, grown man was talking. Cause I mean, dang man, she probably would have got killed or something if that baby didn't speak. You know what I'm saying? Once they learn about Paul, it should clear it up. Oh yeah, if they receive it, Noor.
Assalamu alaikum, y'all.
Walaikum salam. How's it going, bro?
It's going good. So I wanted to hear, I guess, what was up with the Jews of the time, how people translated to Jews at the time, or Bani Israel. What was going on with the Judeans at the time that they were so opposed to him? And the Quran, I guess, it brings light to it, and a lot of biblical texts will bring light to it. When you read about, he was proving these, what's it called, the Sadducees and Pharisees very wrong in their manners and whatnot. And what happened to Bani Israel at the time inside the temples and whatnot, how astray they have gone.
Yeah.
Would you touch up on that at all?
I mean, I know the different group, the Pharisees, the Sadducees. I don't. I think it was the Sadducees. One of them didn't believe in like life after death. And Esau, his mother, was a Levite, so that gives that kind of he's in the bloodline of like Moses and Aaron.
You off, but I'm glad you said that because I was looking into something about that, and I was about to ask you something about lineage as well. But
Yeah, so like he was a Levite, so they gave him like, all right, well, okay, the people from Judah, right? They setting up Pharisees, Sadducees. They setting up these little like churches like we have today. They setting up their own little way, but the real messengers of the covenant are the Levites. So Esau had
yes,
all right to challenge them. He had all right to challenge them because some of them wasn't even supposed to be teaching anyway. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So he had
You know,
all right to challenge because he was a Levite. Go ahead, what you saying?
in your slide, you brought up that same ayah where it says, "O sister of Aaron,"
Yeah,
and a lot of people argued about this, and they're like, "Does the Quran contradict itself? What is this and that?" And I've always looked at that and wondered too myself, even though I believe that the Quran doesn't contradict itself. So I had to interpret it
like
and be like, what is it about Mary's lineage? And I started going in. And so you have Elizabeth is her cousin,
yeah,
or her aunt actually. They say cousin or aunt. I'm not sure. John the Baptist being a Levite, Elizabeth being a Levite,
Levite, yeah,
Zachariah and Yahya being a Levite.
yeah.
And the way that the whole priesthood worked, you don't go outside of that, then she must have been a Levite. But then we see in Luke, the chart shows the lineage of Joseph. Joseph isn't his blood father.
Right. So he can't be the Lion of Judah.
Yeah, it's
He's not the
actually
Lion.
amazing. I didn't know other people were onto this as well, but those learned are gonna figure it out. Mashallah, that's cool.
Yeah. The line of Judah comes like later. He's not a lion, he's from Levi. He just was a prophet, he was a messenger. Just like the Quran said.
And him having the status of the high priest as well. I've always wondered how can you call him high priest if you're saying he's from Judah.
Right.
Another thing that I've got as well is like there's the testament of the patriarchs, and I have
I
yet
read
to
that.
save like the exact words that it said, but it talks about the high priest who comes and who will be taken away, um,
Mm,
coming from Levi, and it has to do with Levi. He has a prayer and a dream, and in this dream he gets taken up to heaven,
yeah.
and yeah, and a lot of things were promised, and that I accept the testament of patriarchs as valid scripture.
Yeah, I read the testaments. They were pretty good. I mean, Judah. Did you read Judah's one about Judah? Oh my God! It says that on Judah we were gonna like basically whore out our women. You know what I'm saying? In the last days, we were gonna like kind of make our women whores and stuff. You
Yeah,
know?
man.
Yeah.
Subhanallah, like
Huh?
these things happen, take place. You just see it and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
Increases faith, but it
Where you
really
say
is
that
like
at?
something.
Oh, the Testament of Judah. In the Testament of Judah, he was before he died. He was Judah was
Because Hadith.
um yeah. If it's Hadith, it's very good Hadith. It's very good Hadith.
I mean, that's the thing about a prophecy,
Shit,
if they say it's divine inspiration and then it happens to take place, then and then these are considered prophets. So.
Yeah.
cause Judah, wild boy. You see them Detroit players here, they pimping out all the women.
It said that in the last day, that's what Judah was gonna do.
Damn.
We're gonna make whores of our women. You read that, right?
No, I never read that. Where's that? You said that was in the
I might can
what?
find it.
The
Y'all talk. Give me.
testament of the patriarchs.
I can find that. I can find that. Y'all keep talking. Hold on.
But so interesting about it, I'd
Yeah.
always read that ayah. It's in Surah Al-Maryam. So people always think that this is referring to the literal sister of Aaron, peace be upon him, Moses and Aaron's sister Miriam. Yeah, it talks about the birth of Isa alayhi salam. So you have to know for sure that that can't be talking about her, because Moses' sister wouldn't be Jesus' mother. But we have some Sunni scholars and whatnot that go ahead and they either like don't like go in too deep on this, or they'll be like they'll just be like, yeah, Imran is the mother of Moses, but also the mother of Isa, which may not make sense at all unless that just happened to have the same name. One of the other theories that they bring out is they say that Imran, just like other names, and Miriam, peace be upon her, like would be names that are repeated. And as our people repeat prophetic names like, Joseph, Yusuf, like all the prophetic names that we take on of our forefathers. So it's an interesting dialogue. But the dialogue of her being descended from Levi is often taken out.
Yeah, I go with her descended from Levi. The chapter is called Imran, right? I go with that.
Yeah.
All right, y'all keep talking. I'm trying to find it. I'm in the book. Let me find it.
Good.
No, but I'm saying, what's the name of the book though?
Of the patriarchs.
Right, and so this is that's something like the Apocrypha or something like that.
I think it is. I think it's considered. It's not among the King James Apocrypha. Like if you go ahead and get it, but it's
right.
I think maybe they consider it pseudepigrapha. I don't know.
Right. See, that kind of stuff is new to me. Most of my adult life has just been spent in like Quran and Hadiths, and growing up on the Bible. But those kind of books, I've kind of just been starting to collect some of them, just for the aspect of to read what they say. You know what I mean? I never heard of that one before though.
Yeah, I mean, I read them, and they're not like the Testaments. They're not harmful. They're not gonna go into any type of shirk or anything. It's just really.
And they seem to be accurate, like going along. I guess they go alongside Scripture without contradiction. So
yeah, it's it don't tell you to do anything wrong. It's not gonna hurt you. I'm talking about just those Testaments now. I'm not talking about anything else.
There's also in Jubilees, I guess it's mentioned Isaac, peace be upon him, learning about like the priesthood and like how this is about to go to Levi, and he has to learn it from Abraham, and also that like Abraham, peace be upon him, also had this priesthood, and there's not too much on it among like the major biblical texts we read about in the main biblical canon. But Abraham, peace be upon him, also had this priest status, and that it went down through different covenants, through Isaac to Jacob to Levi.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it skipped any generations as well. I don't know. There's a lot for me to learn about it. So.
I keep talking. I almost got it. Hold on.
Slowly and slowly, these books are coming up.
Right.
Dang, Judah.
I find
Judah doing everything. Shoot. Let me put some of this up. This is what he said. This is what Judah said is going to happen to his tribe, and in the last days. And it's dang. We don't play, do we? Judah wildin', man. Hold on.
But what he was tricking from the beginning, though,
Say
right?
again?
He was tricking from the beginning when he gave up the staff.
Yeah, but if you read his testament, he like repented and stuff. He talks about how he
right. He repented from
He talks
that,
about how he repented from a lot of stuff.
Gotcha.
I find it to be interesting. I feel a lot of I think a lot of people may have like read some of these testaments and then seen their nature in themselves and been like, I must be a descendant from this patriarch because I'm acting just like this one. I don't know if that's how it should be done, but a lot of people do that, I'm sure.
Yeah. It says, now I have much grief, my children, because of your looseness and witchcrafts and idolatries, which ye shall practice against the kingdom, following them that have familiar spirits, diviners, and demons of error. Ye shall make your daughters singing girls. See that? And harlots. And ye shall mingle in the abomination of the Gentiles. So we will make our daughters singing girls and harlots. Judah gonna be hold out. We gonna hold out.
Damn.
Is that crazy?
That's kind of deep though, because when you just talk about like even within the hip hop culture, I've been like all week, you know, I work in the you know, in the schools, and so I've been going against, you know, this deaf hop. That's what I call it. It ain't hip hop, it's deaf hop. But how, you know, a lot of the songs, you know, most of the songs are talking about killing, and you know, you get a female to sing the hook. You know what I mean? Even if it's talking about bees ain't this, that, whatever, you'll get a girl to actually sing that, to sing that part of the song that's talking about that they ain't shit. You know what I mean?
That's Judah.
And it's just crazy.
That's Judah. I know. Here we go. Here we go. I got some more. Hold on. What else we got? What else we got? Let's see there. Let me.
I wish I had found the one on Levi.
Plunder of possessions, the burning of the temple of God, the land of waste of the land, the enslavement of yourselves among the Gentiles, and they shall make some of you eunuchs for their wives. So Judah, some of us are gonna be eunuchs. I'm glad that's over with.
Oh man.
We need the judgment. That's what we need. We need the judgment.
You know,
I don't want to mess no more.
there's a lot of that in the Apocrypha when it talks about. I mean, there's a lot of history after the life of Isa alayhi salam. After him, you have the Book of Maccabees, and when you read about like what really took place, the sedition among Judah, and how many people were giving themselves up to the Romans, it talks about. It mentions some things like there were such like immoral sacrifices upon our altars and whatnot, and some of us were going up and just doing them and getting paid for it and giving gold and whatnot, and so there were I forgot the name of the Maccabees who exactly were among those who started these revolts and whatnot, but basically it ends up in them going back and making these agreements and then getting snaked out by the Romans and then making another agreement with the Greeks who are fighting against them, who are also fighting against us, and then they snake us out for that, and then making another agreement with the Romans again, who are fighting against the Egyptians, and it was just this repetitive thing of us going back to, you know, support from those who already put us in trouble. And the book even goes far to say like there were overseers set up in Jerusalem at the time and whatnot.
Wow.
Overseers was the word I seen. And I was like, wow.
Yeah. That's crazy. And can you find the one? Oh yeah, I got it.
All right, y'all.
I'll give it a link. I give it a link. That's the one. This is the one for the Levites, and all of them are there. I can send you the link for all of them.
Okay. All right. Assalamu alaikum, y'all.
Welcome, Masalam. Appreciate you.
Okay, let's see. Malik, are you there? You muted?
Yes, I'm there. I'm just listening. I'm listening.
Okay, you cool. I just want to make sure I didn't have you muted.
Okay.
Let's see. All right, so I sent the one Levites. I could just send y'all the index. of all of them.
It's interesting because it says a lot of people were expecting the Mashiach to be a son of David, direct descendant of David, and that caused this dissension among the people. And they're like, "How is he? If Joseph is this, but she's a virgin, and this and that," and they became confused through their own doctrines, which is us, our people, I guess. Became confused through our own
Now,
doctrines.
Levites are messiahs. All the Levites are messiahs. If you go to the Old Testament when it talks about anointing, they anointed the priest. That word anointed is Messiah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they're anointed to do the sacrifices to take away the sins of Israel. The sacrifices take away the sins of Israel. You know?
Yeah. It's true.
Because that's what we got to get rid of. We got to get rid of all those sins so we can have the judgment. That's what it's all about. The next time we will be, what do you say? We will be what? We will be what? Next, okay, hold on, I'm sorry. Yeah, the next time will be from the line of David. Yep. So yeah, I do want to get into that second coming, but not today. That's gonna be nice. It's gonna be really good. All right. Anybody else want to come in? Malik, you got something to say, or we'll shut it down. We'll shut it down.
I was just listening. I don't have like much of a topic to talk about, but if you guys have some ideas of, I don't have like a lot to say.
Yeah. No, I ain't got no much to say. I'm done. But oh yeah, we're gonna try to do more live streams because like I know I'm off this whole week, so we could do a lot of more live streams, make up more topics.
Yeah, definitely. If you can do like more live streams, it can be better.
Yeah.
So that like you can cover a lot of topics. On the page, on the Facebook page, there are a lot of topics that are raised. Yeah. So if you can, address those topics, can be good.
Yeah. There's a couple arguments coming up among the groups. I mean, the group.
Man, according to the Quran, we're gonna be arguing to the day of resurrection. That's what it says. It says that we will dispute, and Allah is gonna have to settle our disputes. We're gonna dispute it to the day of resurrection. So it's like there's no need to.
Even all three of us, if we all sit here and talk, we're gonna have our minor disagreements about like tiny things that may not affect big things, and so we might have some large disagreements, but inshallah, those things get cleared up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about against like the disbelievers.
Oh yeah.
Some of us should agree on like 99.
Yeah.
The disbelievers, we're gonna disagree to the day of judgment.
We cannot agree on everything, but we have to agree on the major lines.
Yeah. I believe that.
So man, I used to worry about it, but when I read that in the Quran, I was like, man, this ain't we're gonna be arguing to the day of judgment. That's what it says. So just have fun with it.
If there's another live stream, would you do it like I guess without like basically just like a free for all? Like come in, like say your topics, like what you think, ask questions, like Q&A type of thing.
What do you mean? Like what do you mean free for all?
Like for anyone, like I guess some people ask questions in the Facebook group, and like they might have like real like honest questions, right? And like some of us might respond like with a straight up answer, and it might be the truth, but they might just come off harsh, and, you know how it goes. It's just, and that the person might not feel as welcome to just ask the question, even though they might not have any of the knowledge. So something like where we could just talk and share some stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, but we gotta like right now, we gotta keep it going. We gotta have the actual topics.
For sure.
To last for like an hour. But yeah. That'll be fun.
Appreciate you.
Yes. Next time, if you can talk about like the 144,000.
Oh, I love that.
I know it's a hot topic, but you can address that topic.
Yes.
Because from what I know, they are going to appear from the east.
From the east?
Yeah, 144,000.
Let me ask you a question. How are they going to appear from the east? The 144,000 are the children of Israel, correct?
Yeah,
the people in the east are like Arabs and Asians, and they're not even the 144,000 are children of Israel. Go ahead.
Maybe 70,000 of them are going to appear from the east, and the rest of them are already on the west, in the west.
I'm saying, where are the children of Israel? They're in Brazil. They're in Europe.
In West Africa. West Africa. Yeah.
But like if east was
when you say east, you're talking about Africa, right? When you say east.
When I say east, yeah, I'm talking about Africa. But we've got children of Israel as well in Pakistan, in India, right? You know, the CD people. CD people are black people. CD's people are black people. They're just like look like us. So, yeah. So we've got our people in the four corners of the earth.
Yeah.
Interesting thing is most of them are Muslims too. So.
Oh yeah.
You see how like history played out.
Yeah. Most of them are Muslims. So, and yeah. So.
Yeah.
There's a lot on Afro-Iraqis as well, Afro-Persians, Afro-Pakistani, Afro-Indian.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and they're usually in a system where they get called slaves and whatnot to this day, and have to work like domestic work and often, and they're completely like disrespected and whatnot. Yeah, and they all on the bottom of society. Agree.
Yeah.
And they're hidden from the media as well.
Yeah. You know the Afro people from Iran, I guess. Yeah, they were called the Zenj, and I don't know if you know, guys, the revolt of the Zenj. Those people are our people, the Zenj. You know, the Afro-Persian.
Yeah. Exactly. That's gonna be a beautiful day.
No, Zenj doesn't mean slave. It means black. The first meaning of that was black, because in their language, to call black, they used to say Zenj, and then after they said that that Zenj means slave, but the first meaning was not slave. And you know, but
like right now is not a good word, right? If they calling you that, it's like saying nigga, right?
You know, it's going to be beautiful, like to see how all those people, like from the four corners of the earth, are going to come together, and it's like I think a powerful message are going to be spread, so that like they come to the understanding of who they are, and you know, and try and reuniting together.
Yeah, be a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
Yeah, I mean, inshallah. There's brothers in Asia as well. In what's the country?
Which country?
You have the Philippines.
Yeah, Filipino. Yeah, they call them. They have a particular name. I forgot their names, and I forgot their names because they were shipped. Yeah, they were shipped in the Philippines.
Did they go through slavery?
I mean, there's a chance that maybe it wasn't, and then the story turned into that, and that's a reoccurring theme that I keep seeing. Like
But
the Afro like Indian peoples and like the Habshi Sidi peoples of India and Pakistan. The story goes that like they've been there for thousands of years, but people say they were brought as slaves. But like thousands of years ago, how many of them? They must have been people that traveled there. It's how the history seems to be, and have been residing there for years. And I mean, I don't know how much of the world this would cover, but when you look at like the temperatures of certain regions and whatnot, and certain climates and very hot regions, it makes a lot of sense to be like, okay, we must have been here. Some of our people making it here, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it's gonna be beautiful. Allah's gonna inshallah, He's gonna bring it together and gather His people.
yes,
Beautiful.
from scriptures it says like we need like the 144,000 need to gather to Tel Arad, I guess, to get the spiritual power or whatever. Do you know about
But
that?
the angels are gonna seal that 144,000. They're gonna make that happen, right?
Yeah. They are going to be sealed,
Yeah.
and they will have the angelic spirit.
Yes.
And I think from being sealed, they will have those spiritual power.
I could share something about that. It talks about a lineage of kings from Solomon, and then there's also a lineage of kings descended from Azariah, the high priest. Uh, there were some Levitical kings in Ethiopia and whatnot that claimed descendancy fully from the sons of Zadok. And the Kebra Nagast, they say that it was supposed to be kept among some biblical scriptures, but it was taken out and not accepted by the King James version of the Bible. But that's their claim. I don't know if that's exactly true.
They came from
But
Solomon.
yeah, so there were two at the time. There happens to be like a Beta Israel kingdom called the Zagwe dynasty, and then there happens to be a Solomonic dynasty that was in Aksum, Ethiopia, and they recorded a lot of their history of their travels and whatnot, and the Ark of the Covenant and so forth. And they claim a good half of them claim descendancy from Levites, and that like the Beta Israel kings that were there, they claimed to descend from Levites, and then they possibly fulfill a prophecy among the sons of the Ezekiel prophecy of the sons of Zadok that are prophesied to keep a lot of scriptures and traditions kept. And like if the Ark of the Covenant were to be taken and people were to serve certain traditions, then Dr. Yosef came.
So you mean Ethiopian people are our people, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's been this thing of like, oh, Kush, Ham, but like Kush refers to the land of like Sudan and like the Upper Nile, but like Ethiopia is a completely different. It has Semitic languages, Semitic speaking peoples. Uh, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really have to do with Kush. The Queen of Sheba isn't Kush. Like her land wasn't ever called Kush, unless she ruled that land as well. But I don't know. There's a lot of historians that went into it, and the way that the Levites, the clan, so-called Levites of Ethiopia, I don't know if they are or not, but they claim it. They keep all the priestly traditions. Also, yeah, them never being conquered happens to be an important thing. A lot of the scriptures being in the Dead Sea Scrolls, it's like a lot of them were preserved in the Beta Israel canon of the Bible. But our people, we really did have to wait until we seen a lot of these books among the Dead Sea Scrolls. But they conserved the Book of Jubilees and had a lot written on that, and like they kept the Book of Enoch. That's where like most translations of the Book of Enoch came from at first.
Yeah.
And the Levites there have this sworn thing where like, here's the thing with the Ark of the Covenant. They say that everyone who's guarding it and watching it, if it's actually there, has to be a virgin, and they have to swear their life to protecting it, and that it's conserved and guarded by guards on the outside who have sworn their life to it, and a lot of Levitical traditions are kept. They wear the priestly garment, and they're one of the few people that claim descendancy from Levites that have all these traditions, like all over the Jews of the world. And yeah, why would Israel rescue black Jews? You know, they're trying to get to that thing. If you watch Indiana Jones and the Keepers of the Lost Ark and whatnot, it's just like this whole fantasy of stealing the Ark of the Covenant, which they just can't do.
This is
And
what
the
I
Ark of
don't.
the Covenant is mentioned in the Quran and stuff, and all the scriptures of like this thing that gets brought out. They call it the tabot, and like as it gets brought out, the Levites are carrying it upon their shoulders, and uh, the whoever they were fighting would get struck by forces unseen. And the scriptures, a lot of people who interpret it will say that it will be like the archangel Michael who is fighting among Bani Israel, the Israelites who fought a lot of wars for us, or like the angel or God is striking down the people with forces unseen. I think it has a lot of power in like the end of times. First off, I think if the Ark of Covenant is there, all Israelites have to unite, and it has to go back to where it belongs and be among the true Israelites, because it had a huge powerful thing about it. Like it was how we won our wars and whatnot. If
Yeah.
Israel get that ark, they could not beat it. Exactly. And the Levites have sworn to keep it until everything is in place, is what they say in the Beta Israel. Uh, But then there's a lot to uncover, and so far, only people claiming Jewish descent and whatnot have done extensive researches on this, and like people of Gentile ethnicity coming and doing that. And the Ethiopians, they are so sworn against it. Like they don't show them it. They have never seen it. The only reason people haven't seen a picture of it is because they're looking at it like, these are Gentiles. Like what are we going to show them? I mean, that's my interpretation, that there must be a reason as to why there's no pictures, but they swear that life guarding it. They all swear that they have it. They all have documented history about it. Uh, so, but yeah, it does serve a huge purpose among the Israel winning wars. That was like, I think the King Saul uh, fought. I think they fought wars among the Philistines and were striking them down with forces unseen, something like that.
Mhm. Did the Jews airlift the Ethiopian Jews to Israel?
Yeah,
Are they
and there's
the
a
same
weird
people that?
tradition among what happened. They airlifted a bunch of Ethiopian Beta Israel peoples to Israel, and I mean throughout history of Israel, they typically so far have been the most persecuted people, and like they've been inject. There was a point where they were injected and sterilized the women, and they have the high priests now marrying among Jewish women, like European Jewish women, and it's really breaking a lot of the traditions that they once had. And it seems that they had a bunch of strong traditions, and like now they have people judging them for not observing the Talmud, and they're like, the Talmud is a man-made book. We're not going to follow it. That's how the Beta Israel go about it. But they're trying to judge them and persecute them for not taking on Judaism, which they're not really following an ism or schism. They just follow the book of God, and they want that seed, of course. Yeah, interesting. Israel is not the friend of our people, but it is our land. So we have to. There's something that we're gonna have done about it. But it seems we gotta pray. Often I be thinking like our people used to lament when they were outside of Israel, and like the more we pray and lament over our land, Like I read in Esdras and how they would put ashes upon their heads and lament uh, to be back in the land and restore the kingdom of Israel. And like we probably aren't doing it as much or how exactly we need to. I don't know if there's an exact way, but it seems interesting to how like well put together their prayers were and how much they fiend to go back. What do you think on that?
Yeah. Good talk, man. All right, y'all ready to shut it down?
Yeah. It was a great presentation, though.
Thank you. Great information from everybody in here. Hold on, he said one more thing. Great power. Okay, I just want to say. All right, y'all, we're about to shut it down, and be waiting for more this week because a lot of us are free, so we can really build this thing. All right. Thank you, Malik, for coming. All right. The website is still in the works. We do have a deadline for the website to be totally ready, December the 31st. So be looking for that. We got more lessons coming. Make sure you follow us on Facebook. Go to Facebook, Islamic House of Israel. Facebook. Also, please like the video. Subscribe to the channel so we can build this thing, all right? Subscribe to the channel. All right. Peace to everyone. Have a wonderful rest of the day.